My senior year, heading into it, I totaled my car on August 3rd. This was in the year 1978. I graduated 79. 1978 to me represents the church. One of the many Bible verses, like Acts 7:38, 153 fish, of course, 144,000, but 1978, because Revelation chapter 19, verses 7 and 8 is about the bride of Christ. And that's when I caught my touchdown and all that, all that. The next day, I did something I shouldn't have done, but pretty much we've all done it. 78 was a big year. Well, August 3rd, totaled my car coming back from Atlanta to watch Pete Rose lose his hitting streak. And that, because I went to the halfway point in one direction, and it lands on Groundhog Day between Kennedy assassination and Lincoln assassination. It's 144 days between them. 144, the church. 72, halfway point, Groundhog Day from Kennedy. And I was like, well, if the guy on Groundhog Day slept 10 times, how many times does Bill Murray relive Groundhog Day? 1,239. I mean, they won't give us a straight answer. Years? So they're not giving us how many times he hit that alarm clock. 12,395 days trapped in Punxsutawney. They won't give us a straight answer. So I'm gonna have to watch the movie and count it. And which is fine. I don't have anything else better to do. But when you flip it the other way, because Kennedy was killed, Lincoln was killed first. So you go to Kennedy Day, it's 221 days. Well, what's half of that? 110 and a half. Well, 110 is not only transfer portal, January 10th, but 110 is how many stories there are on the twin Trumps. 110 and the halfway point, 110 days from Lincoln. It's August 3rd, which is the day after I sat her down and asked for a divorce, August 2nd. Remember, it was exactly over to Groundhog Day. And you look at August 2nd to February 2nd, Groundhog Day, they're complete opposites. And it's August 3rd to Groundhog Day. 221 days to one, 144 the other ones. 365 days. I mean, if it was a day afterwards, I don't know. Is that normal that they would be that close to each other? Is that just simple math? Because I'm asking for the halfway point, so I guess it would. 144 days. And then 221 days in the other direction. The February 2nd is directly across from August 2nd or August 3rd in this case. Is that normal? Would that work out in any situation? Or is that an anomaly? Is that something unique? I can't figure it out. So I have a very tough time with word problems. My brain just can't do stuff. Certain things I just can't do. But August 3rd was when I totaled my car. Dad said, you had bald tires, my fault. They allowed me and my friend Sam Masters to go to Atlanta before our senior year, just he and I. And just changing lanes, I was hydroplaning right off the road. Back then, cars weren't made right, interstates weren't made right. Hydroplaning was something you did if you didn't have really good tires, because the interstates weren't real good. And those cars were built weird. It's big old Lincoln Mercury. Well, it was a Cougar. We're upside down in a ditch or sideways in a ditch. We got out. We're fine. And I made sure I got my funny cigarettes out of the back seat. Did some of that waiting on Sam's brothers to come get us. Older brothers, 2 years older, 4 years older. August 3rd. I've showed y'all that before. We've done this before on my channel. Went back and saw the dates of him getting a streak. We went there and watched 3 days. We watched him continue the streak, lose the streak, and lead off the next day with a base hit. Like as if to start a new streak. Pete Rose. The Reds versus the Braves. Hank Aaron, Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, all that stuff. So Sirius, the dog star, rises around that time. And that's, you cannot get a lot of stuff about Sirius rising when it begins to show itself again. You cannot. '86. 22. Kind of tells you that he gets 86 on Groundhog Day. So, but if he hits that alarm clock 10 times, that takes you from the 2nd to the 12th, which we really like that 12th. I changed the name. I said, I guess it's February 12th. See description below. AC event day, false flag style. I said, look at the random number that popped up. 121 for May Day. It's got an 88 dead in the middle. The video itself is 501, also May Day. May 01 day. It's 322 days from the end of the year. This February 12th is. It's on Barron Saturday. It's Super Bowl Eve. And Groundhog Day is halfway between Lincoln and Kennedy. But when I went back the other way, well, that could just mean it's the opposite day of my personal disaster. I've only been in one car accident in my life. And I don't knock on wood. You know, what do you call it? Well, I forget. I can't even think of the name, the word. Superstitious. Superstitious is demonic activity. Superstition is. It's of a supernatural nature. Knock on wood. Who are you knocking on wood to? What'd you pick up that penny for? Why are you staying off that crack? OCD is demonic nature, is demonic stuff taking place inside of somebody. I wonder if Bill Murray woke up 9 or 10 times on the 2nd, actually adding a day to the 2nd. Because one day he says, in one of the scenes, he says, actually that scene of the thumbnail, he says, and that's the thumbnail that popped up. And it says 50011. But remember, they always add a second. It's 5010 when you click the video. And he said, what would you do if it was your last day alive? Like, you know, a bomb would go off tomorrow. That's why I said 9 or 10 times. Because if it was 9 times, then the tomorrow would be when Trump goes down. Hey, it's 404. 52 to 53. Well, that's kind of perfect, isn't it? Yeah, it landed on that. I like it. We'll take that one. That was its own thumbnail that it gave itself, so we'll go with it. Yeah, this is by the way, my friend at the gym wanted me to look up about dragons. It's like, well, if he's talking about where they're dinosaurs and this and that, and I, you know, explain no, and he's like, well, they could have been, they just not as far back as they said. He goes, there's a dragon. The Bible talks about a dragon. And it says a dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan, as if it's just a name for Satan. But there's one, Leviathan, in there. Isaiah 27:1. Oh, it just says, well, it could be referring to Satan. This is serious business, though, man. This whole '88, even Leviathan, a sea monster, a dragon, a large aquatic animal, perhaps the extinct dinosaur. Oh, no, Blue Letter Bible throwing in dinosaurs. Trust me, they've very corrupted over time. They got very corrupted over time. Very corrupted over time. Blue Letter Bible. They still get elected in election, right? Epic fail on baptism. Epic fail on baptism. So anyway. Am I going to take out Back to the Future and put in Groundhog Day? I guess so, huh? All right. We're going to push this one live. Yeah, the fact that it's the opposite. Now, I will tell you this concerning Trump, if he was to go down on August 3rd, which is the halfway point, 110 days, 110 days, Twin Towers, 2 twins, 110, 110. 110, 110 is 220 is 221 days from Lincoln to Kennedy. So you got an extra day to play with. So if you went up, it's tax day, right? He's April 15th. So if you go up from April 15th, 110 days, we'll land on August 3rd. Now let's go back. Doesn't matter. Go up from 1. and back from another. August 3rd or August 4th. That's 110 to 110. February 2nd to August 3rd and a half. Well, if you added 0.5, it would go to August 3rd backwards. And if you added a half, oh no, that's fuzzy math there. Meat Dog and Santa Claus among memories. Let's publish that baby. So we got a comment on January 3rd. 17 views on that one. It's legit. But boy, I'm liking this stuff that Michael's laid out. Much better. So how come I didn't get what I was looking for? Let's do it like this. Oh, it's just somebody laying out a YouTube site. We'll remove that. We don't want. Okay. All right. We'll get going. Just lots to think about. I totaled that car. Oh, I know what I wanted to get to. Text to Trump. If it was on August 3rd, text to Trump 88022. You see, in the heart of the number is August 2nd. Well, then we know what it means, 88 for Trump and 22 Trump cards in the tarot card deck, but they have so many layered meanings. What if that was the last day, his last full day alive, August 2nd, 802? Because they sure put the 0 in there, didn't they? And we know that 02, I always say for Earl, for killed by a 22, divorce date 22, marriage 88, all that stuff the Lord showed me numerically. Marriage, divorce, Earl's death, every bit of it numerically led all the way through that marriage and through my salvation process from A to Z, leading me to where I'm at today. And that it all points to the end times. And here comes Trump with the exact same numbers I've been following and knowing all along. All right. Groundhog Day on my divorce date. Love y'all. Myopic, narcissist.